I could quite get used to having a little rant in the shed. It's like therapy. When you see these pictures of a container door being opened, I would never just say someone I'm a reseller. Welcome back to Mad Phase Vintage, a grumpy old bloke packing in a shed. I'm only joking. I'm quite happy with today's orders. It's not bad at all, really. I think we've got about 12 going out the door. A nice mix and variety of weird pieces, including a few women's pieces, which obviously, you know, we're mostly a men's store. So I'm going to pack the items, talk a load of bollocks to you at the same time, and just have a little general chat, probably a lot of moaning. If you've not given me a follow already, please do all the usual things like, comment, and follow. It's really going to help me grow this channel, enabling me to keep making content like this. Okay, so let's start off with a pair of sorrel boots. Now, in all fairness, they're pretty beaten up, but they retail quite high, these do, so we let them go a bit cheaper. I'll tell you what they sold for. It's going to be a bit easier. Got the other phone out. So these sold. Were a vintage. Oh no, these were an eBay sale, and they sold for 46 quid, which is pretty good for them, in all fairness. How'd you like that for a box? I try and recycle boxes as much as possible. These are massive, so hopefully they'll fit. Maybe not. Yeah, it's my way of saving the planet. I'm sure I'm helping a little bit. Don't think they're going to go in there. They're going to have to go in a bag. Those will be used for something else. So, lots has happened since I last did a video like this. We've finally had some dry weather. The shop in Penkridge is doing quite well, which I'm really happy about. Oh, I should have shown you these, right? So you can turn them into a standard leather boot. There's the brand Sorrel. Look out for that brand. It's a really good quality brand. But you can take the wool liners out and wash them, which is a really good design feature, obviously, for a working boot. I've worn them. They're really warm. Not these particular ones. I've worn them before. They're just a bit heavy. They're popular in the US. Don't think we need them here as much. The quality's unreal. Daniel. Okay. Sorry guys. I thought I was really well organised, obviously not. These are going, because they're a certain weight, they're going via every. They are heavy. 2.1 kilograms of boot, so that's quite heavy. Next up, we'll go for a nice pair of dungarees from Filson. These are tin cloth with decent dungarees as well. The dungarees on their own obviously have a little bit of value. They're not official dungarees, but they're a pantaloon. Obviously the Filson's official. Looking at they're lot 67, made in USA. They're from the 90s. So those are decent, those are. They went for 130. These are going via Royal Mail. Not a bad price for a pair of login trousers. We've sold the odd pair for a little bit more than that. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about whilst we're making the video today. One of the main topics being the term reseller. I mean, I find it a bit frustrating, to be honest with you. I used to really hate it. The fact that everyone walks around saying we're all resellers, reseller this, reseller that. It used to really like grind my gears, in all honesty. Because when you think about it, Tesco's a reseller, Spar's a reseller, Boots is a reseller, everyone's a reseller. You know, we're just companies. We're all just companies. If you're a sole trader, you're probably just doing one thing. But if you're a limited company, there's probably quite a few ways of you making money. It's not just resellers. We're not just, oh, these are going abroad. These went via eBay. They're going GSP. Not sure where. So they end up in Lichfield first. Yeah, and it really gets on my tits. Reseller this, reseller that. There's probably, that terminology is probably already in the dictionary, which is madness. We won't do another Filson piece because there are a few items today. I don't want to become the Filson show. This is a nice Japanese brand, Japanese denim blue. If you don't know, I started out selling rare denim. I own a company called Stone Vintage Co. That was around, well, years and years back, 20 years ago, long before Mad Fades. Anyway, so long story short, this is the type of stuff we used to sell. I can still get my hands on it occasionally, certain dealers, and that sold for 130. Seems like that's the main price today. Wish it was like that all week. Which is, in all honesty, for a used one of them, it's a rare thing, but it's way under where it should be. I think they retail something mental like 540 quid. And they're all handmade, hand indigo dyed. Anyway, it's like a chore jacket, a long chore jacket. The size is super small with it being Japanese. More fit like a woman really than a man. Okay, and it's staying in the UK, it's going to London. Brilliant. Yeah, so this term reseller, everyone's a reseller. People who even broke services like courier companies, they're resellers. You know, when you get an item through the post, it's not Royal Mail who's gone and collected it from a depot. It's gone through several pairs of hands before reaching them. Are they resellers? Come on. People who outsource aren't resellers. Just proper get some more work. Anyway, Mandarina duck bag. This is a nice brand. It's one of those kind of like expensive luggage brands. There we go. You can just kind of tell the quality's nice. I'm just checking for snotty tissues or anything. Someone's buying an expensive bag. Don't want anything like that in there, do they? Well, that being said, I think this was 40 quid. So it's not particularly expensive. Yeah, 40 quid. Although, that's on there still. Which might mean it's never been used. I'll just give it a little spray of the old Febreze. Just to make sure it arrives in its best smelling possible state. Yeah, this reseller terminology, I know no one means any harm by it, but I feel like we're so much more than just resellers, and it just gets on my nerves a little bit more than it probably should. Okay. Next up, we'll do another Filson piece because there's a good one. So this is a heather grey double Mackinaw coat. Classic design. It's been around a long time, that design has. This one is from 1995. It's an extra large, made in USA. We sold this for 300 on Vinted to a buyer that comes back. He's probably spent a few £1,000s with me now on Vinted. he's getting a good deal, and I don't mind selling to him on Vinted either. So it's a win-win. I think this might be his 5th or 4th purchase from us. He's never returned anything. He's a really good guy. I'm going to give it a little spray. So I'm happy with this order. Ooh, I think I might have smaller than that. Ah, that'll be okay. Yeah, when you think like what we actually do as resellers, it's like you would assume it's just like being a reseller is just buying something and selling it. I feel like we're capable of a lot more, and that terminology sucks a little bit. Yeah, I think of myself as a business, not as a reseller. I've got Stone Vintage Co, Mad Fades Vintage, and then the Rag Bill. Been trading for a long time. Just getting all the air out. Because I'm going a bit thin on top, in all fairness. I would never just say someone I'm a reseller. I feel like it's almost belittling what we do. Anyway, that's enough moaning about reselling. How's everyone's sales doing? Starting to get people commenting on the channel, which is really nice. Let me know if you guys are actually selling or you're just watching. Want to make sure it gets there. This one has gone every with it being vinted, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it's Royal Mail 48. These will all be dropped off today. Next up, something a bit different. This is quite a nice brand for ladies. Domar. Not sure how you say it, but it's like a blouse with little tassels and stuff. I can't remember where I bought this. I'm pretty sure it came with, we sold some coats in this brand for a good price. Several, maybe a year ago. And it's just sat around. As soon as it gets listed, it sells. So it just shows, doesn't it? If you sit around with death piles, you kind of... I know the money's not going to waste, but you know what I mean. If we'd listed it straight away, whilst all the other bits were... Because I tend to put off listing lower end items, in all honesty. I always think to myself, I'll want to list 10 items per day that are all £100 plus, or whatever it is. I should just occasionally list some cheap ones. This going to a dude. Maybe it's for his wife. Can't see him wearing it. Phone call. Next. Okay, do a pair of jeans. I was really impressed with these jeans actually. So, pair of All Saints jeans. Not impressed with the style of them or anything. They are a bit Y2K, maybe 2007, 2008. But they're a pair of All Saints jeans. But they went for 45 quid, which is pretty good money for them. Just as soon as they were listed, they sold. Must be because the style. Maybe they would have been priced for that reason, purposely. Yeah, they're like a stonewash All Saints with a carrot shape, tapered. Some people, you know, a couple of years back in 2008, everyone was saying carrot. It just means kind of heavily tapered. So that was an alright sale. Let's have a look if we can find him. These are going to Kent. Keith from Kent. 45 quid. 44 quid. Last few. We'll do another Filson item. This is an interesting one. I'll show you this. So this is what we call a guide Henley. It's nice wool. You shouldn't wash this in your washing machine. It'll shrink. And then it's tin cloth up the top. There's all your details. Wasn't made in the USA. It was made in China. It's 2XL. But the stains on it. Can you see those stains? I'm not sure what they're from. Some kind of chemical. Because this is tough wearing stuff, to be fair. If you've got stains on this, God knows what you've been up to. It was all disclosed. These retail at 715 quid UK. That's mental, isn't it? But I suppose there's people out there that will pay for it. We didn't get that. We got nowhere near that because of the staining. We got... This was a vintage sale. And we got 210, which I'm happy about. There's plenty of profit in that for me, to be honest with you. I'm not very happy with my folding here. I'll be okay. Maybe not. It's such a thick jumper, I might have to roll it. I don't mind rolling because it kind of keeps the creases out. You can tell the cat's been on this surface though, which is a bit annoying. Might have to stop him doing that. You know what? Fuck it, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to refold it. A couple of people have mentioned to me I should take my hat off. Well, the reason I'm wearing a hat a lot now, first of all, I'm growing my mullet as long as I can at the back. It could potentially be my last ever hairstyle because I'm going a bit thin on top, in all fairness. At some point, if I do go bald, I'll probably just shave it and have a crazy beard. If I do go bald, I'm probably going to buy a big truck as well. That can be my midlife crisis. I've wanted to get rid of the van, treat myself to a 90s Jeep Cherokee for ages and have it raised and everything. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, a couple of people have been saying to me, like, why do you wear a hat all the time? So first of all, because my hair's an absolute mess right now while I'm growing it. And then second of all, on some of the videos, I kept knocking the microphone and it just sounded rubbish. So I've been putting it on the peak of the hat. It's not too bad. I made a real pig's ear of this. That's okay. That will do. Yeah, so happy with those prices. Filson's selling well. Last few pieces. Patagonia. Most of our Patagonia is currently in the shop. We've not got that much listed online, in all fairness. Oh, need to put a label on this. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Where were we? Come on. Good. Green. Henley 2XL. Thomas Beck. Got him. He's paid for a Yodel delivery on a very expensive jumper. Good luck, mate. Should show you. This is a torrent shell, a Patagonia Ladies torrent shell. It's kind of their basic staple waterproof piece. It's also their most popular waterproof by a long, long way because it's one of their cheapest. It's got the air side vents and everything. It's the H2 No series. So yeah, they're good coats. And they're sold for 50 quid this morning. Just double checking. Yeah, 50 quid. 50 quid for that second hand is pretty good actually. It's a pretty good price. They tend to range between 20 and 60. So we're not going to get much more for that. On eBay, we don't bother promoting Patagonia. There's no need. If it's a massive brand, I don't bother promoting. The sell-through rate of Patagonia is pretty much perfect. If 1,000 items get listed, 1,000 items get sold or thereabouts. There's no need to promote. Okay, I was going to say which is next, but there's only one left. So you've seen me sell quite a few of these now. This is a Mackinac vest in charcoal black grey. Someone's cut the tag off. Can you see that there? Probably itches the neck. I need to do a thumbnail for the video, so I'm going to do a silly pose. If I can move the mess. Maybe this side. I'll do. Yeah, so these sell really well for us. They come, when we're buying wholesale from abroad, they come as one of the most popular items in all fairness. This sold for £129.99, staying in the UK as well, which is great. It seems like Filson is massively growing in popularity in the UK from when we first started selling it. The prices have come down a little bit, but the purchases are more frequent and more often, so to speak, which is it's not saturated yet. It's not in many shops, but the prices have definitely come down, and those are usually the reasons. Just like Patagonia, you know, there was a time I had 400 Patagonia pieces listed, and I was selling more Patagonia on eBay than any other UK supplier. I got a few people reached out to me asking where I was getting it from. I never told anybody, and fast forward 6 months, they were doing the exact same. They were buying from similar places to me, and believe it or not, when you're speaking to like these wholesalers abroad, I don't deal with any wholesalers in the UK, just abroad. All of the UK wholesalers buy from the places I buy from. James. And it seemed like, 10, 12 years ago, the marketing of the wholesalers were absolute crap. There was only a few people like Ed Perkins who was doing, as a wholesaler, what I was doing as a buyer and a dealer. And Ed was one of the first ones to import and hit the social media hard. But then, of course, now there's hundreds of wholesalers in the UK. And all they do really is buy small quantities from abroad, share freight with the vast majority, by the way. I'm not calling anyone out, but not many of them have full containers to themselves. They're all shared. When you see these pictures of a container door being opened, what they don't tell you is they're going to drop off 20 bales to one wholesaler, then go drop off another 20 to another wholesaler, and so on and so forth. There's not many wholesalers in this country right now, first of all with capex to buy a full container, and another one that would ever risk it either, because some of the Bangladeshi and the Karachi wholesalers are fucked people. over the years, let me tell you. Like when you buy a container and it doesn't end up arriving. Anyway, that's probably another good podcast, or maybe another good chat sometime, but I could give you some real stories on that as well. I know a few people have been screwed over, me being one of them, from wholesalers abroad. But the real fact of the matter is, when you're buying something from the UK, a UK wholesaler, they don't really sort same as us unless it's a rag mill. There was a time, well, I'll get to the point. There was a time we were buying Patagonia like £2 a piece. Now it's more like between 7 and 14. I've seen wholesale companies in the UK selling them for 20 quid a piece. Mad. Patagonia. That's absolutely mad. Bearing in mind, it's so saturated now, you're lucky to sell items 30 plus, unless it's special, unless it's an unusual item. This, a few years ago, would have sold for about 80 quid. It's a nano puff jersey. It's not got the zip down there. It's quite unusual. It's a different item. It's women's. If it was a men's, maybe 110. Now it won't sell. There was a time that there would only be one of these listed on eBay. Now there's about 20. And that's a rare piece, so keep it in mind when you're buying from abroad. Keep it in mind when you're buying from the UK wholesalers. They're great at social media, but it doesn't mean the stock's great. They just sell you all the mids and they keep all the good stuff to themselves. Every single wholesaler in this entire country, in the UK, has got a favourite dealer or deals themselves. And the favourite dealer is going to have all the good stuff. Whereas, if they sell themselves, do you think they're going to give brilliant items to you? Come on. Okay, that's it. That's enough moaning. I could quite get used to having a little rant in the shed. It's like therapy. But I think that's enough for today. I'll be back tomorrow or the day afterwards doing a load more packing, and we'll talk some more bollocks then. If you've enjoyed this kind of content, please give me a follow, give me a like, give me a comment. I'd really appreciate it. It's good to talk. Peace out.